Alright, so this is the final episode of Uma Musume Pretty Derby Season 2. It has been quite a journey. It's definitely not what I had expected this series. It was more serious than I thought, and I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that I came in without any knowledge of what this plot was about. I knew some of the characters because obviously from season 1, and I've seen them around the Twitter spaces, but I knew nothing about the plot, and it was a very good, fun, somber surprise for me. I really enjoyed it. And, well, the recap on the previous episode was McQueen got that suspensory ligament desmitis, I think that's what it is. So she's got a low itis in her leg. She's going to have a lot of pain from now on, and the doctor recommends that she retires. So she's sort of in the same situation as Teio. But yeah, it's been a journey. I really appreciate you guys for coming along with this journey, and we're just going to see how it ends. You know, I assume Teio is going to perform a miracle at the Arima Kinen, and at this point I assume like about almost 3 years has passed, or 3 years has passed. Anyways, I do have my full-length reaction up on Patreon, which you guys can check out either in the corner or in the description down below. But other than that, let us get started. Alright, so that was episode 13 of Uma Musume, season 2. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this episode was really nice. I really enjoyed it, and it gave us all the characters that we've seen before, and you know, we got to see a little bit more of Biwa, so that was really nice. The emotional tension was very high. I really enjoyed that. And knowing that Teio was going to pull a miracle was really enjoyable as well. We had some nice little wrap-ups with all the small little plots that we've had before with the hairdresser. I love them. I just get distracted every time I see them, and it's fucking fantastic. Now that both of them are bald, which is just great. Like, are you going to pay her after this? Or you don't need to pay her because you gave her a haircut back. And then there's with the old school high school gang kids with their pompadours. I think that was the name of their hairstyle. And like the other guy's like, well, if Teio wins, gonna shave my head. And then he immediately shaved his head right when she won, which very fast. I don't know how he managed to get all that chunk of hair of his off super quick, but and I don't know where he put it after that, but very quick for that boy. But I thought that this was a good finale for the series, and especially with what had happened in the previous episode with McQueen getting her itis. and you know, it is just setting up for Teio to get that miracle and to help with McQueen. I'm starting to forget her name, I don't know why, but yeah, just to help with McQueen. And I think during these last 2 episodes is when we really got to see, what is it, McQueen's vulnerable side, because I remember throughout the anime itself, we see McQueen being that cool, calm, collected character, and I mentioned it previously where she doesn't really talk about how she's truly feeling, and it's the same with Teio. It's just that both of them have different ways to output it, and so it was nice to be able to see McQueen in her vulnerable state, which is a weird thing to say. It's nice to see that you're feeling sad right now, but it is nice to see that side of her after we've been seeing, you know, her outside layer for a while. So for the series overall, I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than season 1, which is very obvious, and I can understand why people say that season 2 is a whole lot better than season 1. But I also like to point out that 2017, or actually 2016 all the way to like early 2019 Ike is a bit of an asshole, so don't take the words from 2016 to early 2019 Ike, alright? Actually, I don't know what I did in 2019, if I did anything. Anyways, I really enjoyed the focus on Teio, and we saw during the Arima Kinen with her saying, I've lost my ways multiple times, I'm the person who's more frustrated, I understand this frustration more than anybody else out here, and I know that I want to win above everybody else. And that was a really nice little wrap-up for Teio's story, and with her what she said, she's constantly lost her way. She broke her legs 3 times. She had her dream broken multiple times. But here is Teio, who doesn't give up no matter what happens to her. Albeit she did almost give up before, but then, you know, her fans and her friends and all that jazz came to help her rise back up. But I really enjoyed Teio's story in terms of that, of just like never giving up. And even if you don't achieve your dream, this thing that you're doing, which is running, is something that you really enjoy. And even if you don't get your goal, doesn't mean that you should give up on it altogether, which I really like that message for this for this season. And I think I already said it, where like, man, they really put Teio at a high spot, and then they just ran her through the mud this entire series. Which is just, fan-fucking-tastic. I really enjoyed the side stuff a lot as well. With I wasn't really as much into it in the beginning, but I really got into it. You know, like I said, with the hairdresser and the lady with the helmet, and the high school gangsters with their pompadour hairstyle. I really like the little side stories of the horse girls as well, with Palmer and what's her name, Helios, and especially Bourbon and Rice Shower. I really enjoy getting that 2-episode focus on Rice Shower and Bourbon herself. So, well, mainly Rice Shower during those episodes, but I really enjoyed it. Still disappointed that Rice Shower didn't turn into a heel. Like, come on, I saw you at the Arima Kinen just preparing your knife. I just want Rice Shower to slice some heels. What a fucking turn that the anime would take, and I would be all for it. Other than some of the side stories, I do enjoy the supporting cast as well, with the whole team of Spica, including the trainer as well. I really appreciate how supportive they are throughout Teio's journey, and I think this is one of the reasons why Teio doesn't give up as much, is because she actually has a good support system who essentially helps her get her back up on her feet, whether it's the trainers doing his low training regimen, planning his training regimen for her low rehab shit and all that, or whether Gold Ship, Special Week, Vodka, or Scarlet helps her out with her training, including McQueen as well, when around episode 4 or 5, when Teio and McQueen were going to have their own little race. Speaking of racing, does that mean McQueen still technically has a in terms of a Teio to McQueen, it's a 0-1? Damn it! Well, you know what? That shows her fucking McQueen getting an itis in her life. I'm trying to figure out who is the antagonist of the series, although I think I already said it, and the antagonists are their own legs. That's their antagonist, their own fucking legs. It just keeps fucking breaking, especially Teio, other than their antagonist being their own legs. I would also say it's just a tiny bit of the audience as well, in terms of causing problems and just little feelings of sadness. Whereas with Rice Shower, you know, the audience are super salty about her winning and taking Bourbon's chance at winning the, whatever that thing is that she was supposed to win 3 times in a row, just like Teio, but Rice Shower ruined that, so the audience was like, wow, fuck that bitch. So with that, with Rice Shower, we also have a bit of that with the rivalry of McQueen and Teio, and how McQueen was a little bit frustrated with the news constantly talking about how Teio was going to win. And so McQueen was like, I made sure that these people know that no, Teio isn't going to win, I am. So, you know, with that, fueled McQueen up to just annihilate Teio during that race. And then the audience strikes again with Teio's third break, and how, with that father and daughter who obviously didn't have any ill will, but it still fucking hurt to just go up and say, we used to support you. Good luck on your retirement and all that jazz. And yeah, it's overall having like the audience, the audience, the people, or the people in that world following their every move, which is just fucking wow, I guess. In this world, horse racing is like the most popular thing ever, so it's just plastered for everybody in Japan to see. Okay, I am just fucking rambling on now, I just realized. I already mentioned this, but the animation is really good. I really enjoyed it. And especially being able to see those different expressions of McQueen and how she was like breaking down towards the end. It was really good. I really enjoyed that. It's still a weird thing to say, but yeah. I can't really say much about the music just because I don't have any recollection of it other than the ending and the opening at the current moment. And also that ending song of this episode really took me back. I was like, wow. It took that song took me on a trip. But anyways, before I ramble myself into non-existence, if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Other than that, thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys when I see you guys.